What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well out there. For today's video, I want to share my thoughts on the diagonal pentatonic. So let's go. Cool. So today's video, like the title mentions, I want to share my thoughts on this new approach that I've seen on teaching the minor pentatonic scale, and that is diagonal pentatonic. As somebody who, was brought up with learning the 5 positions at Berkeley, really understanding them, how to move between them, and now teaching them, how to expand the fretboard essentially through minor pentatonics, the diagonal pentatonic is, I wouldn't say a shortcut nor a cheat code, but it's a very approachable way to think of it, especially if you're not used to combining the 5 positions, if that makes sense. If I'm teaching somebody who is brand new to pentatonics, diagonal pentatonic may be a great approach because it gives them movement on the fingerboard rather than staying in one specific position. You know what I mean? The diagonal pentatonic approach is 2 notes on the lowest string, 3 notes, 2 notes, 3 notes, etc. Right? And how I've been seen on YouTube is you're essentially always trying to start maybe on the flat 7 degree. So you go flat 7 into 1. Right? So in the key of A minor pentatonic, it would look something like this. You're going from this low G, the flat 7, all the way up to this high E, the 5th degree. And if we descend, great. As a beginner, I think that's awesome because you're expanding the fingerboard a lot, but in a very simple and approachable way. Here is where I don't want to say voice my concerns or question, authority, if that's the way to describe it. But if you're so reliant on diagonal pentatonic, how would you say, or how would you approach if I were to ask you, okay, you went all the way here, great. Now give me a route, or give me a descending run to get from this high E to this 12th fret A. To which, if you don't know your shapes, could be difficult. I would then show you, okay, you can descend something like this. One way can be another way could be I'm not sure if you're reliant on diagonal pentatonic, if you would understand that idea. Because that is just descending, position 3, let's say, or combining position 3 with position 4. And the only way to combine those two, understand those two, is practicing the 5 shapes. Let's say we do diagonal pentatonic from here. G, A. That's perfect. Okay, but then again, I would question, give me a descending route that does not rely on that same shape. So let's ascend. Then you can do maybe, let's say, very slow Eric Johnson impression. But that's combining two different shapes. That's not diagonal pentatonic. Another one could be, let's say, that's combining shapes. I think I actually hit one wrong note in there somewhere. Regardless, that's understanding minor pentatonic in 5 shapes. So if you don't know the 5 shapes, we can run through them pretty fast. It's pretty simple. Position 1, position 2, position 3, four, and then 5. And that covers your full fingerboard, right? So with that being said, I know today might be a shorter video than usual. Please practice all those 5 shapes, right? It's so much more beneficial understanding those rather than only relying on this pattern, right? Because you can do so much more by just taking a step back, learning the 5 shapes, practicing, combining them. In the long run, you will have a much more fluidity or knowledge of the fingerboard. Diagonal pentatonic doesn't cover 1 octave like that. That's understanding shapes and notes. Right? That's just putting in the work, leaning over your guitar and saying, okay, I'm going to do right? Running through all those scales, understanding you can create your own routes. You can figure out a way to get from here, maybe ascend all the way to like this A, descend to this A, ascend to this A on the 17th fret of the high E string. And that just comes from really experimentation, creating your own routes. If A is home base and we're only playing minor pentatonic, figure out your route to get from here to here to here to here. Don't be afraid, to have more knowledge when it comes to pentatonic as opposed to, again, I don't want to say shortcut, but diagonal pentatonic. Well, all right, guys, that is today's video on the diagonal pentatonic and my thoughts about it. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.